My name is Elise Condrat. I am an outreach consultant and grant specialist with Next Wave STEM. I'm also here with Tarita, who specializes in the state of Maryland, and she'll be reaching out with you all after our presentation today. I'm a former middle school science teacher. Middle school is my passion, science is my passion, technology is my passion. So I'm really excited to be with my own kind of people today, sharing this information with you here today. So Next Wave STEM, we are a K-12 Emerging Technologies CTE STEM curriculum provider. My screen is a little, I have to press the OK button. Oops. Oops, what happened? My screen sharing got paused. I apologize. I've been having a little bit of technical difficulties today with my Chrome. Here we go.
While Elise does that, if everyone wants to open their mic, unmute, and tell us where you guys are from.
Hi, Kendra Hill. I'm from Benjamin Tasker Middle School.
Welcome, Kendra.
Good morning, James Spence, Dora Kennedy French Immersion, Prince George's County Public Schools.
Good morning.
Glad to see you here, George.
Albany Amadou, William Packer Elementary, Baltimore City Public Schools.
George Dealey, German International School in Potomac, Maryland.
Progression Barrientos, Prince George's County Public School, Stephen Decatur Middle School.
Good morning, Lakeisha Struther, principal of Kettering Middle School.
Good morning, Randy Green, Kettering Middle School, Prince George's County.
Hi, Sarah Marinero, St. Ursula's School, Archdiocese of Baltimore.
Good morning, Paula Summers, Gaithersburg Elementary School in Montgomery County, Maryland.
Good morning, Sabrina Fitz, Hamilton Elementary Middle School, Baltimore City Public Schools.
Good morning, Katrina Poston, Green Street Academy, Baltimore City Public Schools.
Did we get everybody?
No, one more. Good morning, Bill Weber, Perry Hall High School, Baltimore County Public Schools.
Hi, one more. Michelle Ellis and Stephanie Hansen, McLean School, Potomac, Maryland.
Hi, Sean Matlock, Prince George's County Public Schools.
Dr. Cynthia Tillman Lee, Mother Mary Lane Catholic School, Baltimore City, under the Archdiocese of Baltimore.
Hello, I'm not sure if you heard me. I'm Brian Gehring. I'm with St. Martin's Episcopal School in Severna Park.
Anyone else? Thank you
for Christopher Davis of Reach Partnership School, Baltimore City.
Great. Anyone else? Thank you. So it sounds like we have a great cross-section of folks in Maryland. Part of our mission, besides partnering with schools to solution our curriculum and STEAM emerging technologies curriculum and kits, is to be a good partner to schools and districts by finding sources of funding and communicating that funding and educating schools and districts about that funding. We often hear from schools and districts throughout the nation that we love your curriculum, we love your kids, we need emerging technologies in our schools. We want students to have that current day emerging technologies in the careers that people are going into today in the classrooms to engage and motivate students, but we don't have funding for it. And even if we have funding for the curriculum, we have a hard time with the equipment and the kits. So we want to be able to find funding sources for you and train you and educate you on those funding sources and help you with those funding sources so that you can apply for grants and win those grants so that you can fill your schools with STEM equipment. And I'm happy to tell you that we did a similar type of webinar with the state of Rhode Island for their RIDE equipment grant to fill schools with STEM equipment. And you'll be happy to know that every school that we worked with won their grant. And they are going back to school this fall with boxes and boxes of STEM equipment to fill their maker spaces, to fill their technology labs, and been working with principals and superintendents to find room for all the equipment that's coming to their spaces. So really looking forward to working with you all to help secure your funding and to get some great robotics curriculum and robots into your classrooms. This is where my computer is not, there we go. Okay, so our agenda for today, who is Next Wave STEM and what is our mission related to grants? We already talked about that. We're going to talk about the types of grants available to schools and districts, the specifics about Maryland Robotics Grant, which we'll spend bulk of our time on, along with the STEM, Next Wave STEM curriculum and kits, and how they're a fit for the robotics curriculum. So federal grants are usually automatically disseminated to schools and based on demographic data. So we don't usually spend a lot of time working with schools on federal grants. We spend the vast majority of our time working on state grants or competitive grants or RFPs that are usually calls for proposals that schools can submit for funds until those funds are depleted. We actually have access to a database that's the main part of my role at Next Wave STEM, is to scan that database on a regular basis, look for grants for all the different states, and then communicate those grants out to the different states. We actually have a web page on our site. If you go to nextwavestem.com and navigate to the funding sources and click on your state, you can find all the different grants that are available to your state at any given time during the school year. And then we also advertise private grants that come from corporations. You may have seen grants from places like Toyota or Honda or Walmart, from philanthropic organizations or foundations. These are less numerous. Sometimes they're a little more focused in nature, but we do also advertise these on our website, and we do send out notices if a new grant comes out that certainly applies to the type of curriculum and resources that we sell. Okay, so let's dig in to the Maryland Robotics Grant. So who's eligible to apply? It's for local education, LEAs, schools, and non-for-profit organizations that are associated with public schools. So if you're a non-for-profit school, you have to be associated with a public school in order to apply. What can the funds be used to purchase with the Maryland Robotics Grant? You can purchase high-level technology equipment that supports robotics programs. So this does include our Next Wave STEM curriculum kits and professional development. And you can purchase materials and supplies to support robotics programs, including virtual robotics programs and applications. This again includes the Next Wave STEM curriculum, kits, and professional development. The other things that you can purchase, you can use with the grant funding to purchase are faculty stipends or fees to participate in robotics events. You can use it to support transportation and hotel costs for student advisors for your robotics competition. And you can use it to support registration fees for those robotics competitions. The award amounts, there is almost $250,000, $350,000 in total funding, and the awards are going to range between $5,000 and $20,000 per award. There's an estimated 35 grant awards that will be awarded between $5,000 and $20,000 to be awarded. This is competitive funding, and it's based on a scored rubric. And we're going to share that rubric with you at the conclusion of the seminar today at the webinar. Paula will be sending out an email that's going to provide all the documentation and websites and this presentation, everything that you'll need to apply for the grant. The deadline is Friday, August 15th at 5 o'clock. So most of the time we find with these states is that they really only provide about a month's notice from the time that they release the information to the state. And then, we find that information in the database, and then we communicate it all out to you. We schedule the webinar. So we understand that it's a really short turnaround time, that it's obviously during the back to school time, but we know that schools are looking for funding, and that it's really valuable to get the STEM and STEAM emerging technology equipment in your school. So we know that these types of webinars are really valuable for you. The good thing is that Maryland is notifying districts and schools really quickly, so you should be able to use the robotics very quickly in your school year, in your schools this school year. And that is also part of the application process. There are updates that you'll need to provide during the school year about the usage of the robotics in your schools. Okay, so I'd like to move to the next part of our seminar today about our robotics program. We sell all different types of emerging technology curriculum that you see here on this slide. Of course, I'm happy to meet with you at any other time to talk about any other technologies other than robotics, but we're going to focus on the robotics today. Our robotics curriculum is aligned to the Maryland Technology Education Standards, along with a host of other standards that we know that schools are looking for, including the CSTA standards, ISTE standards, 21st century skills standards. This is just kind of a 35,000 foot view of all of our courses right now. In Next Wave STEM, the first column is the robotics, and that's what we're going to talk about today. In K2, we have a course, What is a Robot? And we know that storytelling is really important to young learners. They're going to use a robot called the Kobe robot that helps students learn how to tell stories using button-based codes. So starting in kindergarten, this course that can be used anywhere in K2, students are going to learn how to code from day one in this course using code, button-based coding. During the course, they're going to teach their robot and how to draw numbers, tell a story, hunt for a treasure, and complete other hands-on activities to build their understanding of robotics. The kit that accompanies this course includes 24 Code and Go mouse robots, along with a really great supply of batteries, so that should last for the whole school year. In 3.5, they're going to use the MBOT through inquiry-based learning. They're going to understand what are the different types of robots, how do they work, and what are the purposes, why are robots used in society. And they're going to use Scratch-based coding with mblocky online, and they're going to be programming their own mbot robots. So one of the things that I really want you to take away from our curriculum is from day one, they code the robots. It's not a culminating activity that they do as an end product. They are coding from day one. They're troubleshooting, they're recoding the robot, they're using those critical thinking skills right off the bat. In 3.5, again, this is the kit for 3.5. You'll get 12 MBOTs along with, again, a good supply of batteries. In 6.8, they'll use the MBOT again. And the course focuses on what can a robot do and how can it be coded to do so. So a lot of inquiry-based activities where, again, they're going to use mblocky application, and they're going to decide their own specific purpose and code the robot for their own differentiated instruction, highest level of learning to code their own problem that they're going to solve here. This kit, again, includes the same as the 3.5, the 12 MBOTs, and a good amount of batteries. In 9.12, we're focused on that CTE, the career technical education, focusing on manufacturing. Students are going to explore automation in manufacturing, looking at programming, sensors, motors, assembly lines. Again, students will be coding from day one. As a culminating activity in the coding, they're going to use all the different codings with the sensors and motors and everything to program a completely autonomous manufacturing process. But again, they'll be using all the different pieces and parts to program and troubleshoot from day one. And the robotics kit is obviously very robust for 9.12, including all of this different equipment. All of our courses include a teacher's guide, a course guide. All of the courses are presented on a teacher-facing LMS that there's no student LMS that students need to log into. Everything is on the teacher side. The presentation slides are Google Slides that are student-facing. They're completely editable. Everything is in Spanish and English, both teacher and student. There are student worksheets and answer keys. Both the student-facing slides, the student worksheets are all downloadable and can be uploaded to your LMS, to your Canvas, to your Schoology. And so you don't have to worry about students having, logins and passwords. Everything is just teacher-facing. We sell everything by the course. That includes a professional development module. We understand that teachers come to the table with no knowledge of these emerging technology curriculums. So we expect to be able to train teachers within the cost of our program with a professional development module that's anywhere from 45 minutes to 3 hours that's course specific, so that teachers can really understand not just the curriculum of the course, but the technology that they're using to complete all of those activities. It walks through all of the teacher lesson plans that use the 5E instructional model of engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate, that are fully stepped out, so teachers don't have to do any kind of lesson planning, and goes through all of those lesson plans with teachers. The equipment kits are sold separately for a class set of 24. We do have add-on services where we can come in and do live professional development online. We don't do as much on-site professional development, but we can do it if it's needed. And we also have a program where we teach, where we actually come into schools in districts and teach the curriculum for a large number of students. That's just the professional development that I talked about. So these are the documents that are going to be emailed to you after the session. The link to the state website with the rubric and the application instructions, the Word document of the actual application. I have a Maryland grant template Word document from Next Wave STEM that talks about our company, that provides some supporting evidence along with the teacher effectiveness survey that may help in the application process, that you know that the grant reviewers know that you're using curriculum that has efficacy. You're welcome to use all of that template, some of that template that you can copy and paste into your application. That application Word doc does have the rubric in it, and I would encourage you all to look at that rubric as you're creating your application to ensure that you're meeting each part of the criteria. And then you'll also get a copy of this STEM, Next Wave STEM presentation. I went through a lot of information, so I want to turn it over to you all now and see what kind of questions you have. And the last thing I'll say before we start taking your question is I'm available, as is Tarita, to meet with any and all of you one-on-one. To help you with your grant application, to work with you on custom packages of things that you would like to purchase at any time. Our links to our calendars will be in the email that Paula will send to you after this. And we're happy to meet with you to help you before August 15th, submit your applications. So what questions can I answer for you?
Hi, my name's Julia Zimmerman. I'm with St. Ursula's School in the Archdiocese of Baltimore. Can you clarify if we are eligible, because you said we had to be associated with a public school? Does that mean the Archdiocese schools are not eligible for these grants?
If you're not associated with a public school, then you would not be eligible.
Thanks.
Other questions?
Elise, in the chat, Christine Wolf Eisenberg asked, I think I know the answer based on what you just shared, but are higher education institutions eligible to pursue this opportunity?
To the best of my knowledge, it's K-12. The grant document specifically says K-12. But Paula, if you take her name, I will read through the document again, but to the best of my knowledge, it's K-12.
Okay, thank you. Christopher Davis has a question about our product. Does the pacing guide accommodate one semester, 2 quarters, as opposed to 180 full year pacing?
These courses are supplemental courses, and they cover 15 lessons that are 1 hour. The lessons, because they're written in the 5E instructional model, can easily be broken up if you don't have one or class periods into smaller class periods of time.
What she means, Christopher, is that the curriculum is adaptable. You can pace it at your own will. You can stretch it out the entire year. You could do it in a semester. You can do it as a summer class. It's very adaptable. More questions, guys. Feel free to open your mics and ask.
Yeah, I can't see the chat with how I'm sharing, so.
No worries, I'll read it.
Yeah,
Paula, I can
question.
do it.
Question.
So,
Yeah, I have a question.
yes, please.
So, yeah, for clarification, so you said that this grant is only available for K-12, not for middle school.
It is for middle school, for kindergarten through 12th grade.
Okay. Thank you.
all grades between kindergarten and 12th grade.
Just
Other
adding to what Julia mentioned earlier, even if it's not a public school right now, I've shared the link for the grants that are available for the teachers that Elise mentioned before as well. Please do look out for the grants there that are available, and we will be sending multiple grant links in our email outreach as we go through it. So there will be further opportunities even for the private schools as well.
Other questions?
Elise, Patrick is asking. Patrick, if you want to open your mic and you want to ask.
Yeah, where can we see just like a written down sample of all the requirements for applying?
Yeah, we're gonna send that to you. We're gonna send you the application and also the website that has all of the requirements. Other questions?
Again, question. So for the grant, so how many percentage of the request or the application be granted? So is it 100% if we applied, or so is there?
They're estimating that they're going to award 35 people the grants. So I can't tell you a percentage because it will depend on how many people apply.
Okay.
More questions, guys?
I also want to add, I see a lot of people from ASCPS and PGCPS. We are an approved vendor there. So if you guys are looking for some of the courses, other courses as well, we will be happy to share the information. And for districts where we are approved, we are focusing on special packaging of the courses so that you can easily implement the courses.
Other
Guys, is any
questions?
questions, doubts? I think that's it for today, Elise. Guys,
Okay,
if you
well,
have
feel
any
free.
questions, exactly, feel free to reach out to Elise, to Rita, if you're already in contact with him. Make sure to look for our email at nextwavestem.com on your inbox. At times it can go out to spam, so that you do not miss this information that we're about to send you, okay? And it will be sent out right after this meeting.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day and have a really great start to your school year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a lovely day.
Yep, thanks.